Well, hello there. How are you? 20 chapters. Some molecular genetics. I needed to download the file. What's going on? Come on. There it is. Yeah, fresh cut. Yeah, I told you I was getting a haircut. That's why I had to leave. I was kidding. Yeah, I want to imagine how much a haircut for me and my son like this. This was actually really expensive. I didn't because she said the price, and I was like, ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to ask for that price next time. I'm glad I just got everything paid. Shit. So someone asked me to make this video. By the way, somebody asked me to make this video. So I'm gonna make it because I do that kind of thing. And plus, I was mentioned, referenced in this video. So, Shani, I'm not gonna coddle Gman. I already told you, Shani, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Oh, I did. Yeah, I did reach over 2,000 subscribers. I don't know where these people coming from. I have no idea where y'all are coming from. None whatsoever. None. See, and that's what expression. 2 to 5. Hold on. Chapter 5 is transcription. Y'all go subscribe. If y'all watching this, evidence after this video. I'm just gonna make a whole video shouting out people. I need a whole video because Bald to Bitch shouted me out, and that's how I got a bunch of subscribers. So I need to actually evidence. Thank you. And Nestlig. I'm writing down people's channels because I keep forgetting. Whose channels assigned? Just sign for Jade and Fiona. Just both of them. Jade. Scientist Mel. Midnight Spackle. Remind them. So reminded. Oh, your power's back. That's cool. Yeah, Sabello, yeah, we're gonna talk about this video. Gman versus Hurt Feelings. I've not watched it yet. The person who wanted me to make this told me about it. So I said, all right, I will oblige. I'm not gonna say who told me to make this video because that just pissed Gman off even more. Got that list. You can be gentle. Well, that's the problem, Shani. People being gentle with his ass. If you put your foot up his ass, he gets a strong message. That's how I operate. People do the delicate shit. I tears it up. That's how I work. He can chill when he is beaten and bloodied. The beatings will continue until morale improves. I remember hearing that for the first time, and I'm like, these motherfuckers are crazy. The beatings will continue. Not physical beatings, but they were, we'll say strenuous activity was being inflicted upon a group of individuals, such as ourselves. Very derogatory words were being used. We had some foul language abound, and they referred to us as privates. Private? Yeah, I got a whole bunch of messages. Like notification, ding, 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 and Jungle Jargon's over there talking about object credit givers. I'm like, oh my God, no, stop it, no, stop it, Jungle Jargon, stop it. He's over there doing it again. He's gonna talk about them object credit givers and things or stuff and things. Shit, are we doing 6 to 10? He says it's 6 to 10. Okay, well, chapter 6 to 10. So I'll just chapter 6. I'm stalling until people get notification because people seem to not get notification. I'm constructing a study guide. Yes, there's less pubic hair, so I actually showed the barber a picture of a dude. I think he was West Indian, but I saw his face, and I showed the wife, and I was like, you like this? Is this kind of like the Morris Chestnut look? Or she said no, it wasn't Morris. She said I was confusing Morris Chestnut with someone else. That it was more of the what's the guy plays in Blackish? He's a comedian, kind of rotund guy. Anthony Anderson. There we go, Anthony Anderson. So she says this is more the Anthony. And actually, let me look this up for a second, because Anthony Anderson, if I can spell today. Well, he doesn't have this right here. He doesn't have that. This little soul patch looking thing. Yeah. Anthony Anderson's getting old. Yeah, he's missing all this here. But it's kind of close. Well, this is a lot thinner because his or maybe he just has really big cheekbones. I'm looking at a few pictures. I'm trying to look at the pictures where he's a little skinnier. Okay, yeah, this picture, yes, it's right below the cheekbone. So that's kind of where mine is. It's right below the cheekbone. But this is actually a little bit more filled in than this, because I think he said this is a 2 or something like that. But yeah, I'm thinking about rocking this look for a while, because it's getting hot. It's getting pretty hot. So get some nice. I think I need to find some palm oil, rub that on there before I go out. I can't have a bunch of hair and trying to work in the lab. Can't have that. Cannot have that, folks. So let me go ahead and play some of this. And mind you, I have not actually watched this. I've heard about it. Saw a notification. I was too busy buying me a snack. Because after this, I'm going to start constructing my study guide. And I'm probably going to go outside and do some PT. Because I've not done PT in a while. Today, I've not gone outside. So, grab some B17 for extra point. Yes! Hopefully my dick falls off. B17. Fucking bullshit. Alright, folks. Let's see what this guy has to say now. Yes. Thank you. Let's set up his camera work environment. Actually,
That's a lot better, I think.
I bring it over here.
Maybe over here, maybe? I don't know. And plus, I can see it in front of the store, too. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries. And today, I will be hosting a Google Hangout. Let's see how long this is going to take. It's 1 o'clock now. I'll probably host a Google Hangout around 4 o'clock. And I want to nip something in the butt. There are some Christians on the internet that are claiming that I'm not saved. That they know for a fact that I don't know Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. Today's Saturday. This is normally when I go out and do my evangelism and deal with the Hebrew Israelites. So I'm debating whether or not I should do the hangout or whether or not I should go out there and do some evangelism with those Hebrew Israelites. But I think it would be more fun to confront these liars on the internet that's saying I'm not a Christian. I'll be right back, guys.
So while he addresses what he considers this very, very hurtful statement or series of statements, I wonder why they would say that. Why would they say that he's maybe not what he claims to be in respect to being a Christian? Here's my guess. I'm pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before. Maybe it's in a book somewhere. Love your neighbor as yourself. Something to that effect, kind of, something I think people could agree with. I think there's a version of that in a lot of books somewhere. But specifically in this important book to people of the Christian variety, they might want to kind of, sort of, maybe emulate this guy that keeps kind of recurring in this narrative somewhere. Maybe? No? Okay. But so I want to know something. If these Christians are seeing the last few videos, so just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about here. Last few videos from Gman been about this whole issue where he got kicked out of a group for acting a goddamn fool. And rather than handle it behind closed doors, rather than saying, you know what, we'll take care of this later, he decides to make how many videos? Let me count them. I want to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 videos in the last, week alone. 10 videos, I count. Addressing various members from his former groups. Now, I want to know, because in a few of these videos, he's addressing the individual known as Vocab Alone. Remember that whole issue where Gman started to spread the rumor that this man had supposedly cheated on his wife? How that was pertinent to him being kicked out of the group, who knows? Because when asked, he went, well, what did you expect me to do? They told me, and I had to tell the Black Hebrew Israelites. You know, because that's something. The same people that he wants to go and evangelize against because he doesn't agree with them, he's going to spread rumors about other Christians to the same people, because that makes sense. To whom exactly? So let me give an illustration for those who are kind of just trying to keep up with this. I don't like Group B. I'm a part of Group A. I have a disagreement with Group B. I still don't like Group A, but I'm going to take information from Group B, and just fuck it, right? I'm going to take Group B information, give it to Group A, whatever, right? Like my whole, and in the middle of me, and you see, this is what's funny. In the middle of me trying to give an analogy, I remembered my own rule. So I just said, fuck it, right? You can't give this motherfucker an analogy because he doesn't understand them. I see how fast I forgot that? You see how fast I forgot? Let me give an analogy to somebody who literally can't understand analogies. Okay, let me go back to what I originally tried to do, because I evidently suck at remembering my own rules. You are a terrible human being. In general, G-Man. Just in case you're wondering. You are bad. You are terrible, in fact. Why would you do that? Just to give you an illustration, there are things I still won't tell people about Steve McRae. Just because you like mentioning that. There are things he told me in confidence that I'm still not going to tell people. Just because I don't agree with him doesn't mean I'm going to do that. Just so we have a comparison, just so you understand how that works, I'm still not going to do that. Amazing, this thing called loyalty. This thing called integrity. People don't need to know those things at all, because it doesn't have anything to do with any disagreement here or in the future. Nothing. Period. I'm pretty sure he feels the same way. It's immaterial to any of this. So the fact that you're upset that these people are now calling you out for that bullshit shows that you really have no loyalty to anyone, and especially other Christians. Let me bring up, what was his name? The dude that's been defending your dumb ass for years. What the fuck was his name? Veckel. That's right. The dude who sat by in many a hangout, and I mean many a hangout because I was there, and defended the stupid shit that came out of your mouth, and he gave the classic Veckel side. Brother G-Man, maybe we need to, kind of slow that. He did a classic Beckel where he's trying to diffuse the situation because he knows what's about to happen. He knows that you can't control yourself. He knows that he, as a Christian, and he has some type of loyalty to his faith and to the dude that's a fucking idiot. And he needs to cope with that. He needs to find a way to reconcile that situation because it's not easy. That dynamic that I just described is not easy. And that's why I have just a little bit of sympathy for him, because he's trying to walk that line. He's trying not to tip over the edge either way. He's trying. But you take somebody like that who's put himself in a precarious situation many a time, because I went in on him. I remember. You take somebody like that. You throw him on the bus. For what? Because he got mistaken? He got tricked just like everybody else? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't know that Christians weren't allowed to make mistakes. Excuse me. My bad. Shit. A Christian can't make a mistake. Because if they do, you'll throw them under a bus. Maybe that's why some of these other Christians are seeing that and going, hold on for a second. What's happened here? What happened to this brotherly love? What happened to fellowshipping with other Christians? You don't treat someone you call a brother that way. Who would do that? Why? Really? Maybe you should talk to him and go, hey, you gave me some misinformation. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can even blame the atheists. Well, the atheists, they were putting us out here, so I just thought, I reacted emotionally instead of checking it. I'm sorry. The end. That's it. Oh, okay. Stuff happens, brothers. Say a prayer, 50 Hail Marys, whatever, and move on. That's what should have happened. And so if he can't control himself and understand that the dude who's been in his corner since day one is still in his corner, why even have people you call Christian brothers if that's the way you're going to act to them? Because that tells other Christians that they can't trust you. That's what that does. And it doesn't even have to be Christians. It can be any. It can be a soldier. We have a name for them in the military. The people who do stuff like that, Gman, we have a name for them. They're called Blue Falcons. BFs. Doesn't stand for best friend. It stands for buddy fucker. That's what we call people like you, G-Man. We call them buddy fuckers. Because you fuck your buddy. You fuck them over. That's the type of person you are. G-Man, you are a Blue Falcon. You don't deserve friends. Period. The people who have treated you with kindness, it's wasted. Completely wasted. Just based on the way that you treated Veckel. And mind you, I don't agree with Veckel. Don't. Hell, still might not be related to him. I don't fucking know. But I know what? I know what I've seen him do. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I haven't. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I haven't tried to put my foot square up his ass for defending you. Because I have. And that burned me. The way you treated Veckel. So if other Christians are pointing that out, and they're going, well, what kind of Christian does that? Who can call himself a Christian and do something like that? That's not how you love your brother. That's not how you do that. Because you're upset, you gonna throw another Christian under a bus? Well, fuck that. Who cares if you're upset? There's lots of Christians who are upset. But they don't go out and murder 50 kids. They control themselves. They remember that they need to curtail their actions at some point in time. So, why should you get a pass when you just lash out at people? Maybe you need to be put in your place. And maybe that's what some of these other Christians are doing. They're pointing out that no one should coddle you anymore. No one should hold your fucking hand. No one should treat you like a Christian or a brother until you start acting the part. Maybe that's what these folks mean. I don't know. I just so happen to maybe talk to a few of them. Maybe that's the impression I get. No one's told me anything about what plans that they have. That's just the information that I see that's out here and the conclusions that I'm personally drawing. This is coming from me. That's it. So I'm just speculating based on that little bit. So.
I'm sorry, what do you want? A chair.
I wonder sometimes are his customers crazier than he is. That's a shot in the dark. Yeah, I just got an expensive ass haircut by the gayest dude in the barber shop. Actually, I think all those dudes are gay. Actually, was trying to think like because he would little broke wrist. You stereotype, but he was doing that stuff. I thought it was funny. He's a good guy though, Leo. Leo normally cuts my hair when I can afford it, but he does a pretty good job though. You see, Leo does a pretty good job.
Just give me a second here.
Yeah, I paid for him to shave my head really well because
All right, so
dips.
today I'm gonna be. I was thinking about either the Hebrew Israelites today, or deal with some of this nonsense that I'm hearing on some of these channels. I done seen a video with me being called a false teacher. I done seen a video with somebody saying that I'm all about me. The G podcast is all about Gman. I done seen all of this stuff today. So what I want to do is I want to give people the opportunity, because like I said, I'm a very confrontational person. One thing about me, guys, that you're always going to get out of me that I'm very consistent with, that if you got a problem with me, then all you got to do is come and prove it. That's all you got to do. See, salvation happens to be one of my favorite topics in all of Scripture, and I would actually love to hear why they know for certain that I don't believe on Jesus Christ. I don't believe in a resurrection. I don't believe that he died for my sins.
I don't think that's the argument people are making. That's not what I get. See, this is the thing that Gman likes to do. He likes to take what people have actually said and he likes to twist it. Just like that whole story about busting a drag knot in somebody's wife. That got then turned because I know a few of you noticed that too when he was retelling that story where Faithful and Surreal and Sister Cherry and Brother Jay and all these other individuals came on his channel. Did y'all notice that he said, you guys are mad because you thought I said something about doing something to Dragnot's wife? Did anybody else notice that? Because I did, and my wife noticed it too. That wasn't the original claim. Because the original one, my wife and I listened to, and she came running out the back room laughing because of the original line about busting a dragnot over someone's wife. And then he changed the wife to doctrine, and it was like, how's that any better? I'm just, As for understanding and grace, and that's fine, Shani. Understanding comes from both parties being able to understand the score. G-Man does not do that. G-Man does not cede enough space in a conversation or a confrontation for there to be understanding, because and this is something in mediation that people like to do, is that they try to bring both parties in on equal ground. If G-Man's up here where he thinks he can look down his retarded fucking nose down at people that are criticizing him, there is no understanding. So unless you beat him with a stick and bring him down, you're not going to get that. It's just not going to happen. And so maybe me pointing out the obvious and in the special way that I do it, maybe that will lead to something changing. Maybe not. Who knows? But I know for certain that coddling G-Man is only going to make him worse. That's not helped him get anywhere in life, obviously. but it's not like doing it here is going to help him any, because just loving him, just letting him, threatening to do things to people because they disagree with him, and all the crazy stuff that G-Man likes to do, looking past that is not going to help. Like, I really don't see how that could help this situation in any way, shape, or form. I just see it exacerbating this problem and letting him believe that he can get away with being a terrible individual, especially to Christians. And that's the thing. It's just, if G-Man wants to lash out at me, he can try. I welcome that, because as much as he likes comfort, let me tell you something about me, just so people are clear, okay? G-Man can pretend to be as confrontational as he wants to be, okay? There was a dude in my unit who he was one of these wannabe gangsters that somehow made it into the infantry. We needed warm bodies. And this guy, he was confrontational too. He was very confrontational, okay? He was so confrontational that he wanted to show how much of a man he was, so he was messing with one of the other privates, Nigajewski. Nigajewski was really skinny little Jewish kid. This man weighed maybe as much as one of my ass cheeks. maybe, possibly. This kid was small. So this guy, I don't remember his name, was messing with him. I said, look, you're going to leave Nikajewski alone. If you want to mess with somebody, you're going to mess with Doc. I'm your size. And so he still wanted to mess with Nikajewski. So I said, oh, okay. I said, hey, Sarn, I'm going to take him on. So he said, all right. So this guy, Sergeant, said, all right, so Doc is going to take Nikajewski's place. So I went and I folded him up like a fucking pretzel. And I told him, if you ever fuck with Nikajewski like that again, I'm going to whoop his ass. So, moral of the story is, I don't care how much people pretend to be confrontational. All right? There's different ways of handling that. But in that instance, the only thing the infantryman understands is when you put a hurting on him. When you put down the mats, you go sterile, take off the glasses, dog tags, wallet, all the superfluous shit, and you whoop his ass. In this case, all Gman needs here is for someone to put their foot intellectually up his ignorant behind. And it has to happen that way, because that's the only thing that gets through to him. And being nice to him doesn't really go anywhere. If he thinks he's being confrontational, he should remember when he tried that with me in real life and it didn't go his way. If he knows it doesn't go his way online and it doesn't go his way in real life with me, then it's like, he has no recourse. He simply doesn't. And that's why he's afraid for people to mention my name in his fucking hangouts. He knows he stands in my shadow. He knows he can't amount to anything, not even an ounce of what I've amounted to in the 3 decades I've been walking this earth. That's it. And at the same time, people messaging me that I need to leave the retard alone. Those aren't my words. Those are some of the stuff that people told me. It's like, this guy gets on here, he tells people to endanger themselves with nonsense, and then he's treating good people bad. Then he needs to either put himself in a nut house, or he's going to get his shit pushed in, figuratively speaking. So, it's one of the two. Unless somebody in his life commits him, he's going to keep getting the raw end of that stick. Because he deserves it at the end of the day. Because he's being very malicious. Especially to the people who were nice to him. People who stuck up for him. Because he has no loyalty. You imagine a Christian with no loyalty? What is that? How do you even phrase such a thing? A Christian with no loyalty. A person with no loyalty. No matter what way that they think or what tenets they subscribe to, or ideology or religion or creed or whatever, their mantra. A person with no loyalty is worthless. So Kenny Rose will be debating Dr. Carrier in a few months on his turf. So I will promote that. Just remind me, Kenny, so I can definitely rep that for those of you who want to see that. I may or may not watch that. I'm kind of burnt out on debates personally, but Shani, I'm going to keep responding to him as much as he puts out. I'm going to keep responding to it every single time. I'm not going to ignore his nonsense. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Sorry. He can stop putting out nonsense, and I won't have anything to respond to. That's always an option, too. It's not going to be on me to coddle the man-child. I mean, I'm not sure how many ways I can say that.
I've never confessed his name. I've never been to church. I done heard it all.
This is a straw man, G-man.
You know what I heard recently, too? That I'm all about the views and subscribers. And honestly and truthfully, that I'm going to have so much fun on that one topic alone, because I didn't know salvation had anything to do with that.
Well, yeah, thank you, G-man, thank you. You keep mentioning subscribers, and I had an entire, almost hour conversation with Gcon about this before they did that podcast, before the Talking Shit Tuesday episode, before early last week, I had an entire conversation with G Consciousness on the phone about how he brings this stuff up to other Christians. Now, mind you, he got subscribers from an atheist channel. But he's bragging about how many atheists watch him. How many atheists subscribe to him. Why would a Christian care about those sorts of things? Anybody know? Why a Christian would care about how many atheists watch them? Is that something a real Christian would say? Is that somewhere in the Bible? Does anybody know? Does Gman even know? Somebody answer. I don't know. Why is that relevant? Because he brings it up all the fucking time. I wonder if this is one of those wolves in sheep clothing kind of scenarios.
Seriously speaking, this is going to be the easiest hangout I ever had.
The easiest hangout he's ever had is the one he's not shown up for. That'd be the easiest hangout, actually. So I think it's chapter 5. Transcription. I should email Dr. Roby. Yeah, he showed up on Drunken Peasants ages ago when it was, just kind of shitting on Christians. It's about other stuff too, but he was brought on there to be a zip coon. So, I'm going to debate Pam Whistler. I don't know who Pam Whistler is. Why is that? Is that Abraham Whistler's daughter? Oh my god, are y'all still talking to jungle jargon? Holy fuck. The irony of me saying that. While he's trying to editor-in-chief of American Atheist Panel. Oh, okay. I don't know about that. G-Man can be very sweet to ladies. Yeah, well, I was very sweet to women I wanted to put my dick in too. I mean, that's just kind of how it works with any guy. I don't believe he's like that all the time. I've met him in real life. That's lack of self-control is something that is embodied by the person he is. Not a virgin. Well, you know what? He might not be a virgin. You can trip and fall into a vagina at any second. It happens. It's dangerous out there. Vaginas everywhere. You just turn the corner. Boom! Fell into a vagina. Don't even know what happened. All of a sudden, things are going and moving and gyrating. Stuff. So mRNA, tRNA, RNA, snRNA, microRNAs, short interfering RNAs, or hairpin, double-stranded RNAs. Okay. Just walking down the street and all of a sudden you're in a Nicki Minaj video. Things are just going crazy. Anybody else jealous that they don't have his job where he can not really work and still be on here? Anybody jealous? Nope. Get feedback on my paper? No, not yet. I ended up taking your advice, RSC and Sam's and CRISPR's and Rational Advice, everybody else's, and I compiled it into something. But thank you for reminding me. I have somebody else's paper. I have to grade too. Thank you because I almost forgot about that. Yeah, still gotta look into that. I'm actually probably gonna do that Sunday. I want to build a study guide by tonight, and then I'll try and finish that tonight. Yeah. Let's see. He's still there's a lot of empty air. Jeez. Making to-do list. I have a reminder thing on my phone, but I forget to put the reminders in. If you care for G-Man's benefit, then forcing him to be a better person would probably be a good thing.
Like I was saying, there's some folk on YouTube that believe I'm not a Christian. Now, I want to let people know a few things. No atheist is going to be allowed into that room. I'm going to let you know why. Actually, there's a couple of reasons why no atheists are going to be allowed there. Because number one, my God doesn't exist for you to even participate in the conversation.
Okay.
All of you who are atheists don't even know what Christianity is. When you start saying that Mormonism is a denomination of Christianity, I'm not listening to you. I don't have.
So because we don't share his opinion,
you have no business in the conversation. So I don't care what your opinion is if you're an atheist. Because according to you, by faith, God isn't real.
Okay, so I wanna highlight something here, folks. I wanna highlight something. Because of those of us who don't believe in Christianity and we acknowledge all the different denominations and flavors and sects of Christianity, because we say, fine, all of you are different types of Christians. In his opinion, we are not allowed to speak on the conversation at all. Not even have a say-so in it. Okay. This is based on him making himself the arbiter of who acknowledges what and who makes official and yada, 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 as he likes to do. He knows nothing about science, but yet just made a video this morning about who should consider what science is and science isn't, and what is the most efficacious way to go about cancer treatment. He's now the arbiter of that. Has no education in that. Couldn't even tell you how to spell oncology, but he's also the minister of health when it comes to this shit. Isn't that funny how he switches between that? Does anybody else notice how funny that is? When we tell him that he can't speak on that because he's an ignorant fuck, he bucks and he says, no, you guys are wrong. But now it's in the Christian realm. Now he gets to be big man on campus. But hold on for a second. If we're precluded here when he's big man on campus with the Christianity, but no one else can be big man on campus when it comes to the stuff that they actually have degrees in, so how does he go about in this? What? Thank you for the compliments, folks. I paid an enormous amount of money for this fucking haircut. You wouldn't imagine. And I probably wouldn't have if I would know how much it cost before I got the haircut. But anyway, it just it baffles me. Like, it really baffles me how stupid this stuff is. It's absolutely stupid. Right? Like, there's not anything that Gman's going to tell me when it comes to science that I'm honestly going to believe. Like, he's barely fucking literate. And I'm not saying that to be well, I am being disparaging, but he is barely literate. Like, that's just a fact. He's barely literate. He doesn't read any of those biology books that he picks up. It's obvious. But he wants to tell people with PhDs, people who have taught other people, who have taught in school and have tutored and have TA'd hundreds of students, whatever, right? People who have gone to conferences where there are people from all around the world, healthcare specialists all around the world have come to congregate. But this dude who can barely spell the stuff that he's talking about, he also gets to have a say-so in what is and what isn't science. Okay. Like, the irony there to me is so rich. So rich. He couldn't even tell me whether DNA degrades in water or not. And that's not a joke. I did ask him that. That was one of the first questions I asked him when I met him. He had no idea. But he's going to tell you what you should do with your body when it comes to cancer. Really? Really? What do you say to that? What do you say to that? G-Man, spell oncology. I'll wait. Did you ever find out if your cat was male? Just, my goodness. Anyway, I had to comment on that because the level of stupid that comes out of this guy's mouth on a regular basis just baffles me. Like, he's an expert and a layman at the same time in any context, in any situation, regardless of what he actually knows. Like his actual knowledge on shit has no relevance in any conversation unless he wants it to have relevance. Then people's degrees and stuff matter. But if it's something that he doesn't know too much about, then it's like, well, we can't be considering all this stuff. I'll just make up something. Oh, I forgot. Gman doesn't lie. Gman does not make up stuff routinely. He does not do that. He does not make up stuff anytime he sees fit. Nor does he fabricate even more stuff when he can't remember what has actually happened. That's definitely something Gman does not do. You heard it here. Holoenzyme. There we go. Why is that bold? Okay.
Just want to point that out. Now, no, listen to me. If you guys actually said something intelligent for a change, and actually said, well, G-Man, you're not a Christian because this is Christianity, and that's actually right about what Christianity is, then you have room to say that.
Did y'all just hear that? I thought, let me.
No, listen to me. If you guys actually said something intelligent for a change, and actually said,
what? Like, this is the shit here, folks. This dude had a conversation with someone many moons ago where they were telling him why people are called animals, or people are considered animals, a part of animalia. Okay? The person he was speaking to was breaking down kingdoms, phylum, orders, domains, etc. So when we got to kingdom, G-Man wanted to know who is the king of the animal kingdom when it comes to animals, in reference to why humans are considered animals. He literally wanted to know who's the king of that kingdom. Like, this is the same guy who thought that you could navigate with your nipples. Same guy. Same guy. Same guy. Same guy who tried to show me how competent he was, and he didn't have to go to school because he knew how to cross a street. And even went so far as to go outside, turn on his camera, and show me that he could navigate walking across a busy street. That's his level of skill. This is who we're dealing with. This is one of the reasons why I don't want to become an educator. I can't. I could not deal with someone that stupid. I really, yes, and someone feel free to link the I think it was with Brother John. I want to say that was the conversation with Brother John. Someone watching this later, feel free to link it and I'll pin it. But yes. Yes, this is the same guy. Okay? It's the Lion King. Yes, well, piss. It's the Lion King. That is at the apex. That is the apex of just, oh my goodness. He wants to hear something intelligent for once. Oh, man. Oh. You have to love him when he says stuff like that. Yes, what's going on, Gcon? You gotta love him when he says something like that. Cause I mess with him about a lot of stuff. I messed with him when he tried to cut his own head and he messed up that lineup and he ended up his forehead ended up looking like the top of Gumby. Like, I was messing with him about that because it was obvious. Because honestly, if you weren't black, you wouldn't have saw it. But his edge up was so bad that shit looked like a damn Nike check. And I was like, nope, not today. I called that shit out. But like this, he wants to hear something intelligent. How about this? How about this, brother? How about you take your dumb ass to school You want to hear something intelligent? How about you go learn something? I'm just saying. You try to get a seat at the barbershop? No, I ain't trying to give a seat. No. Gman would be that dude trying to sell DVDs at the barbershop. If y'all never seen that, you don't get the joke. But he's trying to sell. He gotta pay people to take his damn CDs. That garbage shit, man. Get out of here.
Well, G-Man, you're not a Christian because this is Christianity, and that's actually right about what Christianity is. Then you have room to say that. You understand? But I understand that Christian anarchist, because he's one of them, who believes I'm a false teacher. He also believes that I'm on here for the views.
He would be right.
See, I know he's one of them.
He would be right.
There's a couple of other people on here that I'm aware of that want to say that I'm not a Christian. I want to give a fair warning about my hangouts tonight.
Warning.
Because
I'm going to be sensitive.
I'm going to be savage in this hangout.
I'm going to be savage.
I think I've been too nice on this particular topic. If a Christian comes in a room and says that I'm not a Christian for a particular reason,
I'm going to be real mad. And you're going to see my savagery come out. All 120 pounds of me will be furious. I will in the... Of course it cuts out. I will be furious if you come in here and you tell me I'm not a Christian. I'm going to be savage. You better not mention the forbidden names either. You better not mention Dragnot. You better not mention Faithful or any of those people who say bad things about me. Because I'm mad. I am furious. Don't make me go back out. Don't make me go back out into the park late at night and cry on camera. Don't make me get so upset that I fart on camera because I can't control my bowels. My sphincter just said, fuck it, and it released. It released. Man, I get a kick out of when G-Man tries to act hard. I'm sorry, folks. Maybe I just don't understand. Hopefully God will make him a real boy one day. And he can stop pretending to be this tough guy. Because he's not. He's not a tough guy. It's just not. No. He is that kid who talks so much shit when there's other people around. But when it's just him and another person, he shuts up real quick. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. So, why do you have to posture like this? Because notice when he comes in my rooms, I give him enough breath to, say what he wants to say, be his crazy, just ridiculous self, and I let him shit over the conversation because I know he can't control himself. I know that. And you notice when I go in his room, I don't have to be this recalcitrant just asshole to him. It's just, no, I'm very relaxed. I keep my cool, and I just wait. And I ask him questions that I know he can't answer. That's it. That's really it. Because people have been noticing I've been giving folks tips on how to deal with guys like this. I know how to deal with Veckel. I know how to deal with G-Man. I know how to deal with Arcane. I know how to deal with Antonio. And I know how to deal with them all. I've been dealing with them long enough to the point that I got their number. So it's time for other people to kind of, have a part in that fun. But you notice how much he has to posture when people come into his room. I don't need to do that when he comes in my room. When have you ever seen me do it? Gee, you better be ready. You better be ready for a fight. You better be ready. I'm bringing the pain. Why do you have to do all that? You can say, how about this? I don't appreciate you guys slandering me like this. I think I'm being mischaracterized, so I want an explanation and I want some evidence, and let's talk about it and see where it goes. Somebody of sound mind and body, someone who's secure with themselves and where they're at, can say that very, very easily. Very easily. But Gman's not secure. He's the furthest from secure as you can be. And it's obvious. Very obvious. So he needs to get on here and pretend to be a tough guy because he's an insecure man-child. And so now when there are Christians who are like, yeah, the whole thing, you know, like kind of like you throwing Veckel under a bus and that sort of thing. No, honey, no. They're averse to dealing with him because of that. But now he's all worked up. Now he's all gotten all hype. And he needs to act out like a child, kind of enforcing the thing that we're criticizing him about. You know. So, it's not a surprise that he's losing his mind. So, what's the rough weight height difference between you and Gman? So it was considerable. I weigh probably 3 times as much as Gman, and he had to look directly up at me. If that gives you a pretty good picture. And that's why I say I think he has a little. I'm pretty doggone sure he has a little man's complex, by the way he acts. So, the reason, okay, everybody say, yes, I got a haircut. Yes, I got a very expensive haircut, and I want it to look actually like attractive in the face, and I didn't want my head to keep fucking sweating because when it sweats, my head starts to itch, and so you kept seeing me do this. That's because my head was itching terribly. So I got a haircut. And this is my normal look. Yes. Hold on. Yeah, below 3D polymerase. You have to know that. Okay. So this guy Twisted Monkey. I don't know who this is, but they have a heart on for me. Thank you. I don't know. Just ban them from the channel. Like if they wanna actually come and talk as to why I'm a slave, then we can do that. But just repeating slave over and over again is not going to like get me to, you know, I don't know. Biggest news of the week, I changed. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, I guess. Well, probably because the top of my head looked like a sheep's butthole. So this is a dramatic difference, and that is something that my mother used to say when our hair was unkempt. So that's where that illustration comes from. I just repeat it because it's funny. Hold on, that's stream reporter elements. So let me play a little bit of this.
I want you guys to understand something. I've reserved the right to look at you the same way. You see, I understand that people like, there are some people here that believe the Bible is not the word of God, and they think that they're saved. There are people on YouTube that believe that you can attack other groups, but if I attack a group, that means I'm not saved. So if you come, the idea is to prove to me that I don't believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God, that I'm not born again, that the Holy Spirit does not live inside of me, because that's the claim that you're making. That's the claim that you're making. If I'm not a Christian, listen to me, I'll sit there and take my licks, but be prepared to take them right back.
Take your licks.
While Christian anarchist is telling me that I'm not a Christian, this is an asexual who believes in evolution that's telling me that I'm not saved. Like I said, I have absolutely...
What does Christian anarchist being asexual got to do with a goddamn thing? What, I mean, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second, folks. He just pointed out that Christian anarchist is asexual. Methinks he doesn't know what asexual means. But let's assume that he does. Yeah, that's salute the drag dogs. Oh, so many babies. Anyway, it's weird. Like, just think about this for a second. If you're asexual, that kind of keeps you out of a lot of trouble. Like if you just, because how many Christians are tempted by the booty? Imagine our good friend Isaiah Sloan, Chucky Darwin. Imagine him being a Christian. That'd be some trouble, because his love of the booty is that Or fat kid and chocolate. Pure love. Pure love. So that's an issue. That's an issue. But if he does not have those types of inclinations, wouldn't that help him keep certain commandments? I mean, shit. If he's not doing anything sexual outside of marriage, then how is that a fault? It's help. Maybe somewhere in Gman's feelings, because this is about his feelings. His feelings are hurt, so he's making another Blue Barrel cry video. Maybe you can explain that, Gman, because I know you watch all my stuff. I know, and when you don't watch it, people tell you about it. So whoever's reporting back to Gman, you make sure he answers this question: what does Christian anarchist asexuality have to do with his supposed faith that you have such an issue with? Because to me, that seems advantageous, just the way I'm looking at it. But maybe there's something else that I'm missing here. Maybe there's something that Gman has up his sleeve that no one else has, other than a mental condition. Maybe there's something else. I mean, I don't know. She got a big booty, so I'll call her big booty. Yeah, you know, Renee, you make a joke about that. But my cousin and I sent a text message back and forth about inspirational quotes involving 2 Chainz and the words of wisdom that he offers, such as that, especially back when he was called Titty Boy. For those of you who didn't know, that's who he used to be with Player Circle. Yes, I know. Anyway, I like this. It's such a tangent. Like he needs to attack people personally, and then he cries about me attacking him personally. Like, come on, right? Just come on. You know that has nothing to do with CA's criticism of you, but you think that that's supposed to hurt his feelings or supposed to, you know, do something. Yeah, speak about him being a Calvinist. Like, you can disagree with the doctrine of Calvinism. Yeah, okay, cool. That's a doctrine issue. That's fine. That's within the realm of the discussion of the philosophies and the pudding and option and everything and this and that. You know, that's relevant. His sexuality ain't got nothing to do with it, because I learned some fun things from Gcon about you, G-Man. About some of the stuff the Black Hebrew Israelites were saying, because the Black Hebrew Israelites were questioning your sexuality. And I was like, hold on for a second. G-Man really didn't give off the gay vibe to me. Not overtly. At least. But I've been around. Been around plenty of gay dudes. My barber, Leo, just cut my hair. Gay as hell. Gay as a fucking $2 bill. Man's hands as soft as a baby's bottom. Obviously gay, but he's cool. But what's making these Black Hebrew Israelites call G-Man gay? Because like I said, he didn't give off that vibe to me. Maybe I missed something. But I tell you what, we'll go back and watch that podcast, because I heard some interesting stuff from Gcon. But Gcon knows him better than we do. What's going on? So I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Maybe there's some projection there. I don't know. Maybe there's some weird thing going on in G-Man's head with sexuality, because that seems to come up a lot. Because I've noticed that in some of the videos that he's made, that these guys are calling him gay man, G-Man, gay man. The cult leader, I forget his name, he was the one saying that too. Can't remember that guy's name. I say cult. He runs, I think it's One West. I can't remember what it's called. Damn. It escapes me. But I do remember this guy. Tahar GMS. Yeah, thank you. It was Tahar. No, Tahar was with the group of guys. This guy was alone. Because Tahar runs with the big dudes that look like they're wearing their grandmama's curtains and shit. And cut holes in their rugs. No, because it wasn't a group. Pastor McDowell. Yes, thank you. It was Pastor McDowell. Thank you. Yeah, because Tahar has the group of goons with him. McDowell's by himself, and he was looking at I guess an iPad or something. Yeah, because McDowell was making quite a few references to that. So I don't know. It just, yeah. I mean, it was funny, but I was wondering where he was getting it from. I don't know. Everybody a little bit gay, sure. Why not, right? But yeah. How about we focus less on people's supposed sexuality? How about that? Because if you have an issue with someone's doctrines, then maybe you should stick with that. Since you're so upset about other people, saying this, that, and about what you supposedly put in your mouth. You made fun of him riding a little girl bike with a bullhorn. Yeah. Man. Like it's stuff like that he forgets that people catch. Like he really forgets that stuff. Like you can't talk shit about somebody, G. And maybe, I don't know why he don't understand this. Boy, slow. But you can't talk shit about somebody doing something and then turn around and then like do the same exact thing or display the same quality. Like that's called hypocrisy, G-Man. That's the word of the day, G-Man, is hypocrite. Can you say it with me? Hypocrite. 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 Say it. Say it, G-Man. Hypocrite. Go learn you something. Because it doesn't help you. Also, go learn with high. You know that I talked to. I talked to somebody recently who couldn't. Who thought I made up that story. Well, they thought I was joking. They thought I was joking about G-Man didn't know what hyperbole is. That's not a joke, folks. Because I do joke. I do joke a lot, and I'm very sarcastic. But he honestly didn't know what he did. I see the hypocrite. He honestly didn't know what hyperbole is. He had no idea. I don't think he might know now. Yeah, he has no idea what hyperbole is. None. Because I think the first thing he said was like it's some atheist word game or atheist word trick or something to that effect. Because I had him on speakerphone because we were moving out of our other apartment, and I had him on because I wasn't going to sit there and hold the phone and try and clean up stuff. And so Mrs. Dragnet heard it too, and she kind of just turned around and was like, "What?" She didn't say anything, but she thought she misheard too. But nope, he really doesn't know. So I did not. That is not an exaggeration. That is a true story. That is a true motherfucking story. The truth is stranger than fiction, folks, on this guy. But his feelings gets hurt when, you point out stuff like that. And that's really all I do on my channel. I point out obvious stuff. Stuff that I think is obvious. Stuff that I think that people should look at. Because he's good for, doing call-out videos. He's not so good at taking call-out videos. He's not so good at taking criticism, as you see. He's not really good at that at all. Enhancers are needed for maximum transcription. Enhancer elements are found singly or multiple copies. Function in combinations with other enhancer elements. Opposite of enhancers is silencers. Okay. I'm making a study guide, folks. Silencer element. There we go. So let me play this. There's still a little bit of this video left. And like I said, I'm making this video. God damn, there's 81 people watch. Are y'all really sitting here watching me talk shit about G-Man on a Saturday afternoon? Are you entertained? Are you entertained? Well, good. Be entertained. Be entertained. Who is still talking to jungle jargon? This better not be you, Sam. Oh my God. Fucking iPad. Holy fuck. Hold on. Let me see. Because I keep hearing this. Oh, y'all working, doing dungeons and shit like that. Listen to me. Thank you for your support. Y'all can drop some change for my next haircut. Because I'm not kidding. Honestly, you know what? Put in the chat how much y'all think. Well, okay. I went bald and I got this haircut. My son just got a regular haircut. Okay, how much do y'all think that our combined haircuts and shaves and all that stuff? How much do y'all think it actually cost? And I'll tell you. I'll tell you in a second. What the hell is this? Some African shit, man. What the fuck is this? TN. Oh shit. This is Zulu. Kiefer said $1. Boy, if you don't get your dumb ass. Ooh, Bob is close. Sub-Zero, you overshot. Ooh, let's see. Somebody got real close. Who was this? Eichelpud? I think you're the closest. Yeah. Eichelpud's the closest. Yeah, he was really close. You're $5 off. $55. $55. And I tipped Leo because he did a really good job. So actually, it was $60. So actually, you know, whoever said the haircut itself cost $55, and I gave Leo a tip for my haircut and my son's haircut. Yes. Yeah. Well, I didn't know how much I did, because usually I don't get all this done, but I didn't figure it'd be that much. I was like, oh my god. Oh. Tip. Yeah. He $5 for the tip. Yeah, it was $5 for the tip. Your haircuts cost $500? No, they don't. Annabelle, your haircuts do not cost. And Annabelle, I will fly to Her Majesty's freaking castle on magical scissors and cut your hair for less money than that. $500? Get out of here. Man, $500 though, Annabelle? It's a little excessive.
A 7-day Adventist. Oh.
What's going on?
Oh, damn, more people are coming now.
What did you invite me to?
It's my hangout. It's called Honesty and Intellect. And you've got a good intellect, so you're in the hangout. Dude, not your hangout. Oh, so I didn't make this hangout and I didn't add you and everyone in there? No, you didn't. You named me. I was already in this hangout. Okay. This hangout for months now, because you know how?
I might come in a little later. I'm a little busy right now trying to put something inside of something else. So I'll catch you later. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, man. Come in whenever you can.
All right. Thanks.
Run while you can. Run.
Okay. Well, I was wondering what was going on. That's what it was. So let me listen to the rest. There's 5 more minutes of Gman. Yeah, that was Zulu. So I was wondering what he was doing. I was like, why did I keep hearing these dings and pings and stuff? And I look over the iPad. I'm like, that can't be people still talking to jungle jargon, object, credit, giver, label, giver, credit. I'm from the Amazon. You know, that's too much. That's excessive.
Absolutely no problem taking criticism and taking correction from anybody who can actually make a valid point. I highly recommend.
Did y'all hear that? Let me replay that.
Evolution, that's telling me that I'm not saved. Like I said, I have absolutely no problem taking criticism and taking correction from anybody who can actually make a valid point. I highly.
Okay, I thought I died for a second, or my heart skipped a beat or something. He really does believe that. Like, he legitimately thinks that he can take criticism. Okay, let me tell you another story. I can't even get this damn thing done. I'm about to have an aneurysm. If you've ever watched my channel for maybe more than a week, you'll notice that I really don't make videos talking about the Bible. I want to say everyone here knows that I really don't talk about the Bible. How often? I want people to think back real hard. The last time you've ever heard me talk about Bible, biblical criticisms, or textual criticisms, or anything like that. Think real hard. Think real hard about that, okay? Think real hard. Probably haven't, because I purposely stay away from it, okay? I know my limitations. I know that I can somewhat speak on, surface level things, sure. But I'm not going to get into I'm not going to really get into hermeneutics. Not going to do that. Not my wheelhouse, right? This dude calls me. I'm in the bathtub. I put him on speakerphone. Mrs. Drag just so happens to be in there too, doing Mrs. Drag things. And he calls me up because he has some idea for some hangout or something like that. Whatever. I don't remember what it was. And I'm just letting him talk like I normally do. And he starts saying, well, you atheists like to say, yada, yada, yada about the Bible. And I was like, gee, man, I don't even, that's never been one of my positions because I don't talk about the Bible. Well, yes, you do. I said, gee, man, for one thing, I'm not every atheist. And two, no, the fuck I don't. And so as we're talking, I'm telling him I've never held this position, but it was, he then, the switch happens. And I should have been wary of the time. The switch happens in his mind, and something flipped around with, oh, I didn't say that. I said, D-Man, you just corrected yourself. Because once I started pointing out that I don't talk about that sort of thing, you said, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to say that. And you started correcting yourself mid-sentence after I just pointed that out, which was fine. But now his position changed to he never made the comment at all, ever. So I said, G-Man, then why did you just correct yourself in the middle of a sentence if you weren't correcting yourself? So did you just interrupt yourself because you were just talking and I said nothing? Or what happened in your recollection? What's going on in here? Did the three emaciated hamsters that are going around that hamster wheel finally die? Or what happened? He pretended the whole thing never happened. So mind you, I said, Mrs. Drag is sitting right here. She can hear you, right? Dear, didn't he just... Yes, yeah, you did, G-Man. Yeah, you did. And she kind of fucked off somewhere. And nodded. You guys lying. You're making that up. And I'm just like, it wasn't even that serious. Wasn't even that serious. At all. Whatsoever. Nothing. At all. But he gets convinced. He convinces himself that events have now changed within seconds, and it was amazing. And so I'm like, you're really going to sit up here and lie? And when I ask you, why did you just have to correct yourself if I'm not telling the truth, you won't answer that question. So that's something uncomfortable that you don't want to acknowledge. So you don't want to admit to being wrong, so you'll lie instead. And I'm just like, man, like he really convinces himself with this stuff. It's amazing he's not president already. Man, with someone of this intellect, who knows? The possibilities are endless, right? Or maybe there's just something deeply wrong with him. And whatever these impediments are have kind of kept him into dealing with blue barrels for a living. I don't know. G-Man caught on saying something stupid will not, from now on, just pull his cat in front of the camera and say, talk to the cat. Is that what that cat thing is? Because I keep seeing people mention the cat. Because he's taking care of another animal. Yeah. I don't know. But it's crazy. I guess if you lie to yourself enough, you start to believe it, then you just have to convince yourself that everyone else knows it, and if they don't know it, then they're lying. I guess that's how that works in G-Man's mind and his world. I guess. Maybe that's why all his friends are animals. Have the same IQ. Same interests. Possibly, maybe. My friends tend to be human. They tend to challenge me. They tend to know things. Most of the time. Most of the time. Uh-oh, someone sent me a message. People are only racist because of evolution. Really? I could say a few things about that, but no, Gman makes up shit, folks. And Gman makes up shit all the time. There's just so much shit that he makes up that people lose track of it. If you were to actually sit down and try this on a shorter video, try this sometime. Let's take a pencil, piece of paper, computer paper, whatever. Write down some of the stuff that he says. Go see if you can validate it. Just go try it. I've tried it one day. The cat Blake Morse code helped me. Go track down some of the stuff that Gman says. Just, it can be the most mundane statements, doesn't matter. But check out the things that he's really adamant about. Really adamant about. And then look at where he finds his information. This is the same guy who thought that a satirical website was evidence. That you could use a satirical website where they make stuff up. Now, if that doesn't tell you that he has a really loose, and I mean loose, grasp on reality, I don't know what will. Because when you know, because mind you, he was resistant to the idea, and this happened during our debate. He was resistant to the idea that it was a satirical website, finally acknowledged it was a satirical website, and then insists that he can still use it. So he knew at that point that the stuff on that website was a fabrication, but he insists that it's still evidence, even though it's a lie. Now, why would an honest person say something like that? Could it possibly be that these Christians who are pointing out that Gman isn't really exemplifying what it means to be a Christian, is it by happenstance that they are starting to notice certain things with Gman? Maybe when it comes to things like this, using information that you know to be fake, know to be fabricated, and passing it off as if it's true. Maybe some of these Christians are seeing that now. Possibly, maybe. Could that be one of these things? Might be. Might be. They just might have a point there. Because ask Gman yourself if that satirical website proves his point. Mind you, there's a story on that page too about a lady who attacked her former lover with squirrels. Squirrels. Because he was a bad lover, supposedly. Yeah. That's the caliber of stories that are on that satirical website. They make stuff up because it's funny. G-Man thought that was evidence. Obviously fabricated. The fact that it got past the G-Man filter is funny in and of itself, but even afterwards, he still says that it's evidence. Which is funny because that shows his dishonesty. Don't you love how that works? Don't you love that? He knows it's fake, but he wants to pass it off as evidence for the truth. That's so cool, G-Man. Thank you for providing evidence for those Christians who question whether or not you're an honest person. Because an honest person does not do that. We could have an entire hangout on G-Man's reading comprehension, trust me, or lack thereof. That is, Well, let me read this out. Cruel irony is that G-Man lacks reading comprehension ability. So even when he reads, he doesn't know what he's reading. Yeah, he has no idea what he's actually reading. I agree. I completely agree. Anonymous person who's just sent me that message. You're completely right. You are completely right on all accounts.
I recommend you go get Matt Slick because he's the only person on planet Earth that can even last in the room with me on this topic. But I'm telling you this right now. You can go get whoever you want. If his name is not Matt Slick, you're in trouble. I'm just letting you know that right now.
So how does Gman rant and rave against Calvinism, but he's over here sucking Matt Slick's dick? Someone answer that question real quick. 5 points.
Evangelist Ken will laugh at you if you heard some of the things that you guys are saying.
Evangelist Kim would laugh at his fucking blood sugar content too, but anyway, I shouldn't have said that. I can't talk. I'm about to be where he is. I can't even say that. I love Ken though. Ken's good people. Ken's good people. I'm not gonna shit on Ken.
Yeah. This is a dude who can't even renounce homosexuality. You guys don't know the half of what people are judging me about, and then people.
Oh, here we go, folks. Here we go. Don't judge me because there's someone else that might be worse than I am. This is the childish tit for tat thing that people are talking about. In fact, this is the thing that Gman and I talked about. Earlier last week, we talked about this because when you try to correct him. He's oh no, you can't correct me because I think I know something about you. Yeah, you can't correct me because it's a tit for tat thing. This is what children do, Gman. Let me just okay. Children do this, Gman. Children. A child. A minor, children, kids do this. Not adults. Okay? If you want people to stop calling you a man-child, you have to actually own up to the shit that you do. It doesn't matter what other people do. It does not matter what other people do, Gman. I don't know whether your parents did not instill that within you, but you're going to learn today. Okay? It does not matter. If Christian anarchist goes out there one day and starts sucking every dick that he comes in contact with, that does not absolve you from the shit that you've done wrong. It has no relevance whatsoever. Sure, you can call him on it when he's done. But it still does not, and absolve means make everything better, Gman. Just before you have to go look that up. It does not absolve you from the stuff that you've done. What is hard about that? That maybe it's the fact that your balls have not dropped yet, and you need to go throughout life just a few more years before you understand what it means to be a man. Because I know pretending to be a man is really tough on you. Like that's really hard to try and be a man. But that's okay. That is fine. That is perfectly fine. There are men in the Christian community that will help you with that. I've spoken to some of them in the past few weeks. Some good men. Some of them even have kids of their own. And they can tell you, man, my kids act like that. My coworkers, my colleagues, associates, who are my age or near, they don't act like that. Why does this man who is, older than most of the folks on here, why does he act like the kids who he's 30, 40 years their senior? That's weird. Huh. That's odd. Huh. Crazy.
I don't know what Jade thinks. I dare that woman to walk in there and say that, oh, G-Man, I don't believe you're a Christian. I dare her to walk in there. When I start asking her about her lifestyle and whatnot, you'll all understand why then.
Yeah, because you need to do what now, G-Man? How does that show that you're a Christian though? Let's say that Jade was straight. Perfectly straight and narrow. How does that have anything to do with the issue at hand? I'm still trying to figure out, like, how's any of this relevant? What other people are doing? You know, and thank you, Jay's in the chat. She says she would never declare that someone else is not a Christian. Even if she did. What does that have to do with the stuff that we're talking about here, G-Man? You do everything in the world to obfuscate. Everything in the world to move away further from people criticizing you. And this is what people are saying. And because it's obvious. It's so obvious that you don't want people to address this. That's why you're so stuck on. It's so funny. The people that I know who are gay don't talk about gay stuff as much as you do. I find that interesting. But I digress. It is really telling to me. Really telling that you don't want to actually address any of these issues. You're so interested in what other people are supposedly doing. And in fact, you'll just put misinformation out there about somebody else and their infidelity, because someone told me I had to say something, Really? So when they were talking about the inappropriate lyrics, you and Vocab Malone and Gman and all them, and how was that dealing with anything that had to do with the issue of someone's supposed infidelity? Like, tell me how that ties it. I had to tell them. You had to be a bitch, because that's a bitch move. You're telling people in a completely different camp of folk, the folk that y'all are supposedly trying to correct. You're going to give them misinformation about, or I'll say dirt. You're trying to give them dirt on a fellow Christian brother, because that's a Christian move, right? Go find a Bible verse for that for me. Go do that. And whoever's reporting back to G-Man, jot that one down too. Tell me where in the Bible it says to do something like that. You go and, what are those folks called? The Pharisees? Isn't that what they were called? The Pharisees? So you go and collude with them against Christians? Like people who are supposed to be God's people, or against the Jews, excuse me. So you go and collude with Pharisees, and is that how that works, G-Man? What kind of Bible you read? I want to know. I'm curious. Where does it say that in the Bible, G-Man?
So again, I'm going to prove that we're living in the days of the great apostasy, and I'm gonna prove that your hurt feelings does not mean I'm not a Christian. Just because you got offended because I called somebody out in a video, or I exposed.
Oh, he's talking about being offended. This dude called me like 6 times last night because he was upset that I was talking about his shitty raps.
A lie that is causing people to apostatize from the faith does not mean I'm not a Christian. Now, why do atheists have such an interest in this? Number one, they're not really on here for any real purpose except for being entertained. Please understand that when you're reading the comments when the atheists leave them. That's it. They just want to be entertained. They know little to nothing about the topic. All they know is, according to them, that when they die, they're going to be fertilizer. That's about the extent of their knowledge, to keep it real. They don't really know anything.
Okay, G-Man. You keep telling yourself that. It looks like, if you actually look at his face when he's saying some of this stuff, it's pretty fun. Let me. It's like the face of a confident man in you. Look at that. Well, make up some more shit.
All right? They think they know things, but they don't.
They think they know things.
The Bible says over and over and over that the fool has said in his heart that there is no God. And I'm not a fool. I would never be so
You sure about that?
dumb to get on here and say something like that. Especially without having proof.
This assumes you have reading comprehension, G-Man. And we're assuming a whole lot about your reading comprehension, which I say is pretty poor. Pretty doggone poor. Pretty piss poor, actually.
So I think 0 Christians are going to come to the room. Now, like I said, I want to make a couple of rules. The atheists will not be allowed in my room. Agnostics will not be allowed in my room.
Oh, no.
Cult members will not be allowed in my room.
No, cult
you
members.
have to actually be a believer or recognized as a Christian in this community to come in and
You
tell
need to pass the
me
G-Man
that I'm
test.
not saved. And I'd like to know how you know this for certain, because it would be news to me, that's for sure. Like I said, I'm actually going to cancel.
Fuck.
Cool, Thick Shades. That'd be great. You can come in.
Thick Shade's coming in.
I'm actually going to not go out there and witness to the Hebrew Israelites to address this issue on YouTube. Because what's irritating me is this. Why am I going to atheist hangouts and getting around these non-believers, and non-believers are saying, G-Man, Christians on YouTube don't even believe you're saved.
You know, because you don't act like it.
Really? And who are they? Oh, G-Man, I don't want to mention their names. Well, that's just too bad, because Positively Godless, you're going to show Thick Shade some respect. Call him Thicky again, I'm going to permanently block you from this.
You call him Thicky one more time, I'm going to block you. You'll see. You call him Thicky one more time. One more time. I will block you. I will show you. Meanwhile, Positively Godless tried to meet this dude in person, and he didn't show up. Imagine that, folks. Imagine that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. When he does stuff like that, he's had the opportunity to meet Positively Godless. Not even like, what is it, 2.5, 3 weeks ago, I think it was, that they went to New York. He bitched out. He bitched out. I even told Sam when he made the video about, he was thinking about going up to New York. He's supposed to be meeting Positively Godless. And I said, look, right, you see around that part right there where he said, I'm feeling kind of sick? That's bullshit. That's an excuse. He wasn't feeling sick because he sure enough was live and he was feeling fine. So check that shit out. And people can go back and watch that video too. Actually, let me see if I can find that one real quick. Real motherfucking quick. Hold on. What was that video? Because of course he was at work. Star Need Your Help. ECPK. Hypocrites and the Brood of Vipers. G-Man drinks grass. Arn Ross says I'm butthurt. It was a short video. Nation tonight. JD Kane open for multiple discussions. Where was this damn video? Was it? Damn, it was more than a month ago? I think it might be the announcements and rewards for my subscribers. I think it might be that one. It's possibly that one. Let me see.
I should probably let my atheist subscribers know a couple of things. Apparently, Positively Godless is over there in Manhattan as well. And
Found it.
Certain little scientist is over there too. Scientist Scam is over there as well too. So, and obviously you guys know Hannah is over there. And MP's over there. So I'm going to be, I might run into them, but my number one priority tomorrow is to deal with the Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites, I think Tahar knows I'm coming. And to go up there and deal with AOC.
January 26th.
My priority tomorrow. I'm going to try to see those guys. If I don't, then I just won't. I've had enough of these of dealing with drama boards on here, and I don't want to deal with, Sam or whatnot. Although it would be nice to meet Positively Godless, because there's a couple things I like to say to him face to face. But I don't know. I think it'd be interesting because I think off of YouTube he's probably a really nice guy. So we'll see. My reward for those of you.
That's announcements and rewards. So that was him saying he was going to meet Positively Godless. Never happened. He bitched out. So don't get on here, G-Man, doing stunts and shows when you had an opportunity to meet someone and you're trying to sound like a tough guy. Again. Just point out the obvious. Your actions, G-Man, speak louder than your words. You can claim all day long about what you think people are going to be, like that, their demeanor. You're a terrible judge of character. You can't even behave yourself. So quit trying to think that you can identify these character traits in people and just stop it. Just stop it. You embarrass yourself even more.
His YouTube channel, and I'm not playing with you. You're going to show Thick Shades and me may not necessarily agree on a lot of things, but you're going to show that man some respect, or I will delete every comment that you leave toward him and block you from my YouTube channel. Stop calling him Thicky. You know he don't like that. Okay? See, even when Christians don't agree with me, I defend my family. I wish my...
Just like you defended Veckel? Is that how that worked? Just like you defended Veckel when he was mistaken about Raw being deceased? Is that what you were doing, Gman? Were you defending Veckel? Tell me how that works. Explain. Whoever's reporting back to Gman, explain that one too. While we're at it, you know, we might as well, right? Explain how throwing Veckel under a bus was defending your brother, because I want to know.
My family would defend me more often, but it's just how it is. They got to deal with those knuckleheads, so it's like whatever. So
there's that wrath. God wrath.
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun today. You know, because I'm going to finally shut up anybody on here that says that I'm not a Christian. Because you got to actually prove that I don't have faith in Jesus Christ. See, when I say that somebody's not saved on here, I don't give you a little bit of proof. I don't give you some proof. I give you so much proof your head hurts. So I'm just telling you straight up, if you're going to come with the weak sauce, you're going to get embarrassed tonight. I'm letting you know that now.
Y'all have enough thumbs down. Here we go. That's some more.
Hey, Thick Shades, how would you like moderator control, man? I don't think I can do it on the phone, Thick Shades. Because I would gladly give you the wrench.
Max says, how many times can you let how many times can you let an employee hide out in the basement talking to himself? There's actually one prevalent theory going around as to why he has this much time and you never see his boss. It has to do with the area and the type of work that the boss is actually into. So probably, if you want to discuss that, it'll probably be an off-air hangout. But some insider information has given insight into that area, and Thalo Blue hit it on the nail on the head. Boom, that's it. I'm not going to say it live, but that's pretty much. If G-Man could spell the word patsy and understood what that actually meant, he would still work there because he's an idiot. But so that's basically, he's a patsy. So it must be nice hiring idiots who really are just too dumb to really know what's going on like that. But you think about it. You think about that. For those, sorry if you're watching this later, you know you can figure it out from the context. He's a little slow. And that's where I'm going with this. Yeah, I noticed the definition of Christian. Yeah, the Christian kind of changed. The definition of Christian changes about what one professes and how one behaves, kind of depending on the context with G-Man. When people are saying that his behavior is not becoming of a Christian, he changed it to what he personally professes. And so the evidence that he wants is that he has not professed that, which is not the thing that Christians are actually saying. Yeah, I did catch that. There was something else, too, that he kind of threw in there that I missed. But if you are going to entertain G-Man tonight, please acknowledge that he is misrepresenting what people have been saying to him. It's different from when he says Mormons aren't Christians and when people... Yeah, so when he needs stats, when he needs to defer to how many Christians there are versus non-Christians, he will include all those denominations that he just said aren't included, like Catholics and Mormons, so on and so forth, and Seventh-day Adventurers, whatever. Yes, I said adventurers. But when it comes down to the no true Christian fallacy there, he will cut him off at the knees, like done, not a Christian. So I think Cliff Jumper brought that up to him, and he got upset because Cliff Jumper brought this to his attention. So, oh shit, man, someone caught me in my bullshit. Better make up more bullshit. That's how it happens. Just ask, and if you go in there, whoever's reporting back to G-Man, ask them that too. Why are Christian numbers important when it comes to a census or statistics, but you care about who's actually a Christian outside of that? Like what happens in between there that we're not seeing, you know? But hell. It's not very surprising, folks. Gman, he picks up arguments like they're Pokemon cards. He just kind of like, or Yu-Gi-Oh cards rather, and he just kind of throws them out there. He doesn't actually have a plan in mind. He doesn't have a consistency with anything. He just asserts things because he finds them useful in the moment. You catch on to that after a while, because some of his views are untenable. Untenable when you actually look at them all together. And this is a perfect example of, well, there's X number of Christians versus non-Christians. And so that should say something. Oh, but no, when we're talking about who is a Christian and who is not, then no, they're not really a Christian. Yeah. Just like how he's beating up on all the atheists online, but there are no atheists. Crazy shit, huh? How can you beat up on something that's not there, G-Man? Still.
Let you deal with these racists on here that keep calling you out your name.
It's racist to call him Thicky?
I can't do nothing about it now, Thick Shades. I apologize. These people have no morals. You know what I mean? So there's nothing I can do about that.
I love the way G-Man talks about people's morals, because there's all the stuff that I say about G-Man, folks, I'm not even telling you everything, because there's more. There's way more. Trust me when I say there's so much more I know about G-Man that he has no idea that I know about. And I mean some bad shit. G-Man, don't ever talk to somebody about morals ever again in your fucking life, dude. You are despicable. Absolutely fucking despicable. Absolutely. And you fucking know it. That's why you get on here and try and pretend to be a man. That's why you try to talk shit about other people's sexuality. That's why you are just as abjectly stupid and indignant, recalcitrant, asinine individual that you are. And I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to, because there's multiple people who have told me different things. Multiple. Very recently. So, let's not talk about morality, G-Man, because you are a shit person in general. Be thankful that some of us took the time to treat you better than you honestly should have been treated. But speaking on that reminds me, it kept bothering me. Why was he so shocked that we weren't beating him up and throwing him in an alley or stabbing him or throwing him into traffic? I'm not making that stuff up. These are things that he said. He actually said this shit. He actually thought we were going to do this to him at some point. He was shocked that it didn't happen. I thought about it. He knows he's a terrible person. He knows he deserves that. So there must be some divine intervention that's stopping us from giving him what he actually deserves. Who would say something like that, though? Again, whoever's reporting back to him, ask him why he felt that way. Ask him what made him think that was going to happen, and why was he shocked when it didn't. Because to me, that reeks of guilty conscience. That's what that tells me. But then again, I'm just one guy. I'm just one man. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. I know quite a bit. I know quite a bit. What I do know, people. Because I like to study people. People are interesting, especially crazy ones. Especially ones that can't even see their own flaws. But love to point out flaws in others. Those are the most interesting folks. Especially this one. Love it, love it, love it. Love every second of it. Ronnie's girlfriend. Oh, God. Okay. Yes, I got a lineup. Yes, I do actually play the part every so often. Like I said, y'all think I'm joking. I got fucking bills. Just got done paying off that apartment. I got fucking bills, man. I got a Steve Harvey head. Steve Harvey head costs more. You ever seen somebody with Steve Harvey shaped head? Can't get regular haircuts like everybody else. You gotta pull out that .1 blade for the clippers. They gotta keep going over that spot. See, like fucking divots and shit. You gotta keep doing it. It costs extra. You just don't know. You just don't know. Some brothers know, not all. But here's what I was gonna do. Let me play the rest of this stupid video about his hurt feelings.
They're calling you outside your name. They're using racist remarks towards you, thick shades. You know what I mean? I can't do anything about that. They have no moral. They have no basis for their morality. These people are just completely disgusting, and it's because of evolution. Evolution makes them racist.
Oh, there it is. Evolution makes them racist. So the people just treat you bad, G-Man, because we're more evolved than you. Is that what it is? People are more evolved than thick shades. Is that because here's the thing. Here's the thing, G-Man. If you're going to say that, then if you're going to play that part, if you're going to slip into that role, then you're acknowledging that you're inferior to everyone else. Like you, so is that what you're acknowledging now? Are you acknowledging that you are literally a lesser being than everyone else? Because think about it, and here's what I'm talking about. G-Man says stuff and he doesn't realize that it doesn't jive with the rest of the stupid shit that he says. Why should I listen to someone who pretends to have a higher morality when they are a lesser being than me? Think about that for a sec. Just take some time, G-Man. Take as long as you fucking need. Forever, if that's what you need. And think about this. If you are a lesser being than me, why would I listen to you or defer to you or however you come to your conclusions on morality or hell anything else? It could be the weather, it doesn't matter. If you are a lesser being than me. So then what's the point of you evangelizing the people when you're a lesser being? Does that make sense? Is that getting through? Take time to think about that. All the time you need, G-Man.
Can't do anything about that. They have no moral. They have no basis for their morality. These people are just completely disgusting, and it's because of evolution. Evolution makes them racist. And if we can get them out of that lie, then, they would stop being that way, I think. So,
you think?
Google Hangout tonight, guys. Google Hangout tonight. We're going to be talking about whether or not I'm a Christian or not. And and by the way, I'm going to have my family watching this. I'm going to have people in my community watching this. Because I make a lot of claims about atheists. And I want people to see that I'm not lying. And
why do you have to try so hard, G-Man, to prove to people that you're not a liar? Why is that something that you're so committed in? Because you're placing a lot of emphasis on that. Normally, we don't assume that every person we talk to is a liar. That's, I guess, for regular people. I don't know how many weirdos you come into contact with, or how many weirdos are in your family. But normally, we don't just assume each other to be liars. There has to be something to kind of tip folks off and to go, you know what? I think this guy is kind of at odds with reality. There's something amiss. Just maybe, right? But for G-Man, he needs to show people that he's not a liar. That's interesting. Effectively, it's a battle between feelings, not what Scripture says, and I completely agree. That is. These are G-Man's personal feelings. He hides them under the guise of Christianity. But in reality, he's an idiot. And will probably forever be an idiot until someone commits him. A dangerous one now that's trying to promote pseudoscience that will can potentially kill people with this B-17 nonsense. He can't even spell the molecule that it comes from, but he's trying to promote it because, well, gotta suck Ken Hogan's dick somehow. But that's good. G-Man, you are a good supplicant. If no one has ever ever said anything about you, G-Man, you are one of the best supplicants I've ever seen in my life. You will literally believe anything. I applaud your ability to believe anything. That has to be, in some weird way, shape, or form, an admirable quality. So that's Mrs. Dragnet that y'all are hearing. She got an amp and electric guitar for her birthday. No, I didn't buy it. So she's practicing. I tried to close the door because she didn't want people to hear her practice. But you're hearing her because she actually tries to play the guitar. I don't. I just murder it. Who is this? K-Dub True Dragon. I would love to dialogue with you. I'm a Calvinist Christian. What's going on, man? Let me finish this study guide, and we can talk. I'm pretty sure someone will have a hangout going on. That was 80 something. 80 of y'all fucking watching? Goddamn. Midnight or somebody else, if y'all want to start a hangout, maybe an hour or two, I'll join that, and then you can join that. But yeah, if you want to get introduced to the community and just have some dialogue, K-Dub True, that's fine. Yeah, we can chat, man. I haven't talked to a Calvinist in quite some time. Well, I speak to Calvinists all the time. I've not just had any actual discussions. So, but I don't want it to be confrontational. That's why I'd rather other people to kind of come in and just exchange ideas and just chat casually. It's not, like I said, I don't need to be. I'm moving this weekend. We can do it in the future, my friend. I agree with you on G. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Midnight, you can start it whenever. He's going to do it later. So yeah, just let me know. KW True, add me on Google Plus, and I'll let folks know to kind of add you too, so you can be a part of the fray. Because yeah, if you just want to chat, then that's good. I used to think, every time Christian would come around, you gotta go out and attack him or some shit like that, and you don't. You just sit down and talk about what people believe, and you learn so much more like that. And recently, actually, let me finish this stupid fucking video and actually talk about something.
And I think a lot of things about some of these Christians on the internet too, because after you're done accusing me, be prepared for me to come after you. But I'm gonna do it in a godly way. I'm not gonna let my feelings come out.
We know that's a lie, right, folks? This whole thing is about his feelings. He made 10 videos solely dedicated to his hurt feelings. G-Man kicked out of Shield Squad? How is that biblical? What does that have to do with the Bible, G-Man? Like, he is completely in his feelings. Why? There's literally 2 of those videos that he made. The very first 2 about him not getting an invite to some discussion, and the other one about being kicked out. None of those should have ever been made. They should have been text messages. Hey, G-Con, say, bruh, what's up? Hey, Faithful, what's going on with this? That's it. That's what should have happened. Phone call. Hey, we need to talk. What's going on? I could have sworn that, I was a part of this. Y'all not invite me. Did y'all forget? What's going on? Something. How grown men handle stuff. It's really not that serious. But if it was, if it's not about your feelings, G-Man, why did you need to make a whole video about it? But you know what? I saw this kind of coming back when he sent me a text message to go watch him on, I think it was Surreal's channel, where he was talking to one of these crazy dudes who thought that he was God and that he's also a Christian and some kind of craziness or whatever. And he had to leave the hangout to go make another hangout to tell people how important he was and how he was going to smash this dude. Or, excuse me, let me rephrase that. How he was going to smash the dude in the conversation. That still sounds really gay. He was going to destroy this. He was going to have a discussion with another guy, and something bad was going to happen to the other guy. Whatever. Attach whatever context you want to that. So he had to leave the hangout because he wanted to interrupt Surreal talking to this guy. And mind you, Surreal is talking to this guy, and Surreal's pointing out how inconsistent he is. Like, he is just going and taking notes, and he's saying how, you're saying this, but your doctrine's saying that. These two don't jive, yada, yada. Surreal's doing a good job. He's breaking him down. I'm listening. I'm playing Monster Hunter going, yup, you sure, yup. I'm agreeing with him. And I send G-Man, because G-Man's constantly interrupting Surreal and constantly interrupting the dude. more so than surreal, but he was constantly interrupting the dude. The dude's saying crazy shit, but Gman has to say, I gotta say something. I gotta say, you know, he has to constantly interrupt. My 6-year-old didn't even do that. He can't even stop pissing in the bed. But he knows better. My 6-year-old. But this grown-ass man can't even keep his cool long enough. In a conversation, he invited me to come watch. And I sent him a text message. I'm like, can you let him speak? Like, geez. But he fucked off. And 43 years old. He went and had a whole hangout about how he was going to do this, that, and other to the guy later. I'm like, come on, bro. Really? Like, you left the hangout to go posture on your own channel and to be your own hype man? Like, he seems like those type of dudes that, like, G-Man would remove some of his lower ribs to suck his own dick every time he felt an itch. Like, he seems like one of those dudes that would do that. Like, I'm being facetious, but you get the point that I'm making. Like, come on. Like, I don't even do that. Like, really? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. He is his own Don King. You're right. Like, it's just sad. It's sad to see. Well, this is what happens when you don't really have a life. This is, unfortunately, G-Man's life. So he has no other choice but to act this way. He cannot. There's nothing else. Because I can turn off the laptop, finish this study guide, take my son to the park if he acts good, and do some stuff. This is all he has in life. This is it. Ain't got no actual accomplishments. G-Man is the kind of dude that thinks that the Notebook is somehow a healthy relationship. I think that healthy relationships work, but didn't even cry when Mufasa died or when Cooper got his daughter's message in Interstellar. Aw. I teared up a little bit in Interstellar. And he went and visited the daughter in the hospital and she's all old and shit. She knew. She knew. Is this the rest of it? Because I'm tired of hearing him cry. 5 Eastern. Okay, so 5 o'clock Eastern, midnight EST. Okay, yeah, he's Midnight Sparkle. Go subscribe to Midnight Sparkle's channel, by the way, folks.
And just say, well, because you hurt my feelings, you're not a Christian. Notice that during that whole ordeal there, I never said none of the people were saved. So I see you guys tonight. Read your Bible and do what it says.
It's funny, he keeps telling people to read their Bible, and he's barely literate, one. He doesn't even portray himself as a Christian, like basic stuff. Basic, like Christian love. When have you actually seen G-Man display some of that Christian love? It's all wrath with him, all anger. It's almost as if he thinks that God has channeled his wrath through him. Like G-Man thinks that he is a conduit for God's wrath. He is special. Because he knows that God didn't give him nothing up here. He knows that those 3 emaciated squirrels or gerbils that are in his brain trying to desperately turn that wheel. That's it. Like, that's really all that's there. And those poor little animals, they try so hard. They try. I wish I could give them gerbil kibble or something to help them. But you can't. You can't. So since he doesn't have much up here, he has to be that conduit of wrath. But God didn't give him the physical attributes you kind of need to, actually, be strong. He didn't grow up to be big and strong. He's still a little boy. So he has to pretend. He has to pretend he's a big man. He has to pretend to be a big man when he gets here on the interwebs. But he fucked up, showed his true colors in person. It's like, I knew it. I knew what I meant. I was like, yep, use a bitch. Use a bitch. I knew it. The second he started doing all that posturing, I was like, he seems like he has a little man complex. My first sergeant was one of those guys, too. He had to outperform everyone. Man, I could put him in my pocket. gets on here and he tries to be a big man. It's okay. You know what? I understand. I empathize with you. Not everyone can be HNIC. Not everyone can be that. That's probably why he gets so intimidated by me, to the point that he doesn't even allow people to say my name in his chats. If y'all want a quick boot, out of his hangouts, say my name. I don't know the next lyric, but you can go look it up on Google. Say my name in his fucking hangout, cause he is a little bitch. Say my name, I dare you to say Dragnot, and he will tie himself in knots. Say my name. Say my name. Say it. I double dog dare you. Say it. He will lose his shit. Yeah, he is reaching Jason Burns level on damn videos. What is... Y'all ever get curious? Go on somebody's YouTube page and go to the home page and look at all the stuff that they like. Because I like some of the stuff that Gman likes. This is funny. Where's the GTV one? Hold on. There it is. There's GTV. Because I saw something one day and I was like, what the fuck? Oh, he didn't have this one set up. This one's not set up the same way. Hold on. No. This one doesn't have that that home panel thing. It just has a list. Like you can still see what people like. But yeah, it doesn't tell you the dates. Likes. Yeah, it does tell you what they have been looking at. Huh. That's weird. Well, this one looks way different. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm zoning out for a second. Because I'm trying to figure out why this channel, I guess you have to set that panel up. Yeah, for his GTV one, that's not set up. But this one, yeah, it has the welcome. Let's say welcome. Because if you go on True Empiricism's channel, it has a video that starts off playing. But I guess Gman has this one set up to where you have the most popular video, then uploads and popular. Yeah, they actually, there's like tiers of them. Huh. Sure they show up people's feeds. Screw up. Yeah, it's odd. Well, he's mostly on this channel anyway. Okay. I was just wondering. You can make your likes public or private. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just kind of found it funny because there was something I just so happened to catch in Gman's. Yeah, like this one at the end. Let's see what he's been liking lately. He likes his own video, of course. Gman versus Hurt Feelings. Breaking news: LeBron James looked at private schools in Philly for his kids' All-Star break. On Raw's Ignorance, Gman Returns, Walk in Faith by Dr. Charles Stanley. Typical stuff. He liked the True Empiricism video where they were trying to help Miss Star. He liked Tommy's chill chat about ID and evolution. Raw from Uncle Sam, his own video. He liked Shani's video, PMS edition, alone on Valentine's Day. Ooh. And why Snoke doesn't work. Of course, reference to Star Wars. Interesting. I can't remember what it was. Something funny. I'm not sure if I even mentioned it in a hangout. So I gotta start writing stuff down because I'll forget. I will forget. Tommy's YouTube channel is just Tommy Hall. It's a sunshine face. It looks really happy. It looks really happy. Incredibly happy. Yeah, we'll go with that. Looks really happy. There was something else I was going to say. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, someone contacted me and asked me to make this video. So this is why you all are being entertained right now. I said, sure, I'll take this. The fuck was that? That's why I'm making this 15-minute video into, oh man, it's almost 2 hours. Didn't expect it to be that long. That episode with Tommy and Scientist Mel, unbelievable. Worse than Gman. Yeah, Tommy is pretty bad. I'm talking to Scientist Mel about a lot of these guys because she is of the mindset that these people are like narcissists, like just complete narcissists. And so according to her is that these interactions feed their narcissism. And so she doesn't want to feed that narcissism. So she says, you know what? And I think True Empiricism was referencing Scientist Mel in his latest video, but she's like, no, I'm not feeding. That's another narcissist. After I think she did a little digging. She's like, no, I'm not trying to come on here and impone these dudes. I'm not into that. And you know, I respect her for that. Maybe she's smarter than a lot of us. Maybe she's way smarter, and especially in that aspect. So that's something that I can definitely respect. Yes, Mel really is down to earth. Still getting to know Mel. Still getting to kind of tell. I don't know. Why is narcissism rewarded online? That's a good question. It's a very good question. I think because, well, let's see. I mean, how many people in G-Man's real life do you think tolerate his bullshit? How many people do y'all think? Because I know my mother, being the Christian woman that she is, she can smell crazy from a mile away. She wouldn't deal with him. She'd walk across the street. She would risk getting hit by a car to get away from him. Tommy, I don't think Tommy talks to people who look like me in person anyway. But let's assume it's someone that looks like you, Sam. I don't think that he is gonna. I don't think, you know, Tommy might talk to his employees, the ones that can speak English, and he may impress them, or they may just nod their head and see, senor, you know, just to kind of keep their job. But I don't think that he's convincing anybody anything, or any of these guys. I don't think there's people outside of this realm that really believe they're not. So when they come here online, they get that jolt of dopamine or whatever that gives them that gratification. Oh, someone's paying attention to me. Man, I know so much. I just can't really do anything with this knowledge because it's a conspiracy. Yeah, it's a conspiracy, and people are just trying to suppress my truth, and I am just as qualified as these people, and so I could put on a white lab coat and I could pretend to use big words too. But the government won't. The government won't let me. Yeah, that's it. The government won't let me. Yeah. Like that stupid shit. Because it's the government's fault. I think the government did fail G-Man when they didn't commit him. I think so. I think the local government, New Jersey, definitely slipped up. Pretty sure that Tommy pops a chubby every time he's proven wrong. Might be, Doc Savage. But no one's ever corrected him on anything either. He's going a true empiricism route where no one's ever corrected him. I'm like, well, we need to let's go ahead and give this man his letters. Fuck it, let's make him Tommy Hall PhD. Because I would pay good money to sit in a lecture from him, just to take notes. Because I'm curious the ratio of accurate and inaccurate statements, and then just complete potato. Like, you know what? I'll make 3 categories from Tommy. I'm doing an entire lecture. Tommy, I know you like to watch my channel too. I would like you to make a lecture on what you think cancer biology is, and how to go about researching it, how to go about elucidating different types of cancers and markers, signs, whatever, and definitely treatment plans. I would love to listen to a lecture on that, so I could sit down and write the claims into one of 3 categories: accurate statements, inaccurate statements, and potato. The first 2 are pretty doggone obvious, and that's going to be based on the available evidence in medical science. Potato is something that's just complete garbage. Like it's not even intelligible. It's potato. So that would be very entertaining for me. It's just I think that I could sustain myself on that alone for quite some time. And you know what? True can do it too. True can do it with chemistry. Yes. Actually, yeah. Do a chemistry lecture on electronegativity. Yes. Electronegativity, and what do you like to talk about? Oh, different types of bonding. Covalent ionic bonds. Since he seems to be a fan of that sort of stuff, and throw in, of course, the van der Waals forces and all that shit. Throw all that in there. Why not? Whole lecture on it. Again, 3 categories: accurate statements, inaccurate statements, potato. Want to see that, man? No ATP. That's for next lecture. Next lecture. I will say that I did want to have a hangout with folks. Just a general hangout. Nothing great debate related. Nothing about just about like anime and shit like that. All the anime fans, just to kind of chat about our favorite animes and exchange information, perspectives. So I'm talking to a few Christians who are really big into anime. I'm not gonna say who, but CA, you're not invited. I'm just kidding. But so I'm going to go ahead and end this. But that is in the works. Yeah, thank you, keyboard. Yeah. I bring the lulls. Thank you, people, for watching. There's almost 80-something people watching. I guess y'all bored. Bob, your name here. I got it. I need to go. I need to go look up that item. But thank you, Bob. By the way, thank you. If I didn't tell you, I almost forgot. Thank you for that, Bob. Thank you, folks, for watching. And read many books and consider the evidence that is available for the claims that are made in those books, and come to your own conclusions. See ya.